Social suffering is the suffering related to relationships. The suffering that is there related to the way how we relate to our father, our mother, children, husband, wife, friends, work people, colleagues, and so on. Okay. Normally, which type of suffering we have more? Physical, material, or social? I believe social. Also because when there is a social suffering, it's so deeper and so stronger, then all the rest doesn't matter so much anymore. Everything can be beautiful, but if we are in conflict with the person we love, that's difficult. Okay? So, we're not going to go into details on this, but very briefly again. We suffer more in the relationship with other people because of what they are, or because they are not what we think they should be. Okay? It works like this. When we meet someone, we create an image of the person. I meet you today, I have an image of you. Then, okay, we don't see each other for some days, we're going to meet again after a week. Who I think I'm going to meet? The same person, right? But who I think I will meet? The image I have in myself. So I kept an image, and I think that I will see that person that is the image I have of the person. But what happens if we take any one of us and we put him in the center? And then we call all the friends and family members, and we ask each one to make a description of the person. Okay? Of ourselves. We call all our friends, family, people we know, and each one will just describe who we are and how we are. And then we make a description of ourselves also. Is there any one of the descriptions going to be exactly the same? No. So sometimes people say, nobody understands me. That's true. But don't worry, because no one will ever understand you as me. Because no one will ever see us as we see ourselves. That's quite clear, right? So what happened here is the following. Whenever we are in front of a person, we need to remember clearly that we do not relate truly to the person, but we relate to the person through the image we have of the person. And very often we are so attached to the image of the person that when the person cannot sustain anymore that image, who we blame? The image that is not updated, or the person? You know, I have created such a nice image for you, and you are not following it. You know? You are the one to blame. Have you ever heard the phrase, you were not supposed to be like that? I'm sorry, I am what I am, you know. I am the result of all the experiences I had, of the education I received, of the culture in which I grew, of the traumas that I had. I am the result of everything that I lived, and I am what I am. I'm sorry if I do not match the expectations that you had, and I do not match the image that you have of me. But I am what I am. And very often the conflicts that happen between us is because we create an image, an idealized image of the other person, and then at a certain point we understand that the person doesn't match perfectly the image that we have, and we blame the person. And we want to force the person inside the image that we created for the person. Or even sometimes worse, we feel that we have been, how to say in English, traído. We feel that we have been betrayed. I am betrayed by you because you are not what you are supposed to be. I have trusted you in this way, then you do not match the way how I see you, then somehow I feel betrayed by you. Okay. But what is it all about actually? The simple fact that I have an image that I create. But my image is static. It's not always moving, while you are always changing. So one thing which is important is mental image updating. From time to time, we need to go to the person and remember that we need to update the image that we have of the person. But the most important of all is to understand that we relate to people through an image that we have of God. And we know no other way how to do it, actually. So it's okay. But we just need to do that we are in that. We need to know that we are in that way, so we are not going to create conflicts out of that. And just to add one more thing, on top of the image, we create sort of categories. We have the idealized image of the person, plus the idealized image of the category. So we put father, mother, uncle, auntie, grandfather, grandmother, husband, wife, son, daughter, teacher, colleague, and so on and so on. So what happens is that I have a little box for mother, for a sister. That what happens when my mother doesn't fit in the box I've given to her? Who's to blame? The box or the mother? Say, but you are my mother. A mother shouldn't be like this. You are my son. A son shouldn't be like this. You are my friend. A friend shouldn't be like this. And like this we go on. So we get upset and we enter into conflict because I have chosen very carefully a nice box for you and you don't fit anymore in it. We are not able to relate to people without categories, truly. But we need to remember that we relate through categories. And we need to try to make our boxes flexible. And understand there is no one will fit perfectly to the boxes that we create. So we need to adapt it to the people. And one beautiful exercise is try to see the other person beyond the categories and beyond the image that we have of the person. It's not really possible, but by making the effort, we get more near to it. Okay? Beyond the box is possible, but beyond the image is not really possible, but we start to open ourselves to it. And it's like saying, okay, first of all, you are a human being. Then it come to be that you are my father, that you are my friend, that you are my husband or my wife or whatever. But first I see you as a human being, just as me. And I try to look at you. I try to know who you are. Okay? So if we are aware of this mechanism, already a good deal of our social suffering we are able to deal with it. Okay?